What's up, guys? There's some news going around that kind of gives a little bit of a different look at the actual reason for the hero pass and the thing going on in RuneScape right now, and I wanted to cover it. Now, some of you guys have probably heard of it, some of you guys have probably already seen it, but I had this linked to me and I wanted to cover it, so we're gonna take a look. I find it interesting and I find it to be kind of funny in a way. I mean, it's just how the world works, right? It is what it is. Let's take a look. So on screen you're going to be able to see a news article or a little bit of news for you, and it says Carlisle weighs options for RuneScape creator Jagex. So they are looking at maybe selling off Jagex. The Carlisle Group, for anyone who doesn't know, is the company that owns Jagex. So let's go through this. Anyway, Carlisle is weighing options for its UK video games maker Jagex, a business which could be valued as high as £1 billion. The US buyout fund is working with advisors at Morgan Stanley and Init Co. to explore a sale or a listing of the Cambridge-based studio which runs the hit fantasy video game RuneScape. The process is in the early stages, and Carlisle is expected to proceed with an auction process towards the end of the year. The sources cautioned a deal is not certain and subject to market conditions, asking not to be identified because the matter is confidential. Officials from Carlisle declined to comment. Jagex, Morgan Stanley and Nareem did not immediately return requests for comment. Carlisle, which has $376 billion under management, bought Jagex from the US holding firm MacArthur Fortune Holding in January 2021 for a reported $530 million. So they've doubled the profits since they've doubled the value of the company since 2021 is what they're saying. Jagex's annual earnings before interest, tax, depreciation, EBITDA stand at about £60 million and are expected to increase by more than 10% next year, the sources said. Increase the profits and the earnings by 10%? That's crazy. I wonder where that could possibly be coming from. That's insane. How do they plan to put 10% on this year? Could it be, we haven't seen anything about this, right, guys? And they do think it could fetch up to around about £1 billion in the event of a sale. So, you know, it's like twice the profit of the value of when they bought it. Potential buyers are likely to include private equity firms which could use Jagex as a platform to buy a string of smaller companies within the sector. So, as you can see from this news, this is in a few places as well. There's another one here that says that the Carlisle Group has hired advisors to explore a sale for its Cambridge-based video game developer, Jagex, according to people familiar with the matter, and that the company could fetch more than £1 billion. So the news is spreading around, and this hasn't been out too long, but it's on quite a few different websites. If you look for it on Google, I'm sure you'd be able to find it. So it looks like Jagex is looking, not Jagex, it looks like the Carlisle Group is looking to sell Jagex, which is not too much of a shock. And I actually was talking about this literally a few days ago when they announced the actual hero pass on stream, and I was saying that they're probably looking to make a sale once the game, you know, is making more profit. You sell it off, you make more yourself because the company is making more money, it's worth more. So it's not a shock to me that they're trying to sell the game off. So the hero pass is likely a result of this. Now, this could be good or bad for the game. In fact, it could be really good, or it could be meh, or it could be completely disastrous for the game, depending on what happens with it. So like a few things could happen basically. The Carlisle Group could spend the next year making the game incredibly MTX driven, or this could be like, it could be the hero pass is the thing that we see and it could gradually get worse or whatever, but they obviously want to push their revenue up a lot so that they can sell the company for more. It looks better for the business, right? Makes total sense. So it could be bad in the sense that they push more MTX into the game. It could be bad that they try and monetize it better, so that if there's any other way to monetize this freaking game, in the sense that they try and monetize it in more places to push the profit up. Or it could be bad that they sell it to someone who monetizes it even worse. We don't know who's going to buy it, obviously. It's not something that we would know until it's going to happen. And so it could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing. Now, it could be good because they're going to have to release a lot more content, which they are planning on doing, right? To keep player counts up and player numbers up. It makes more sense now as well why they wanted the daily stuff to be not a nerf. They wanted daily, like more incentive for people to log in every single day. Numbers like that look good as well. So a lot of stuff kind of falls into place and makes a little bit more sense. Now, it could be really good for the game if a company gets hold of it and does something good with it, I think that's kind of cope and kind of dreaming, because businesses need to make money, need to make profit. And if a company looks at how the Carlyle Group took a £500 million company in 2021 and turned it into a £1 billion company in like 2 years later, 2023, selling to 2024, I don't think that you would really take away what changes they made in terms of monetization, because clearly they've made a ton more profit off of this. Like you look at that, they've doubled the value of it in just a few years. That's an insane thing to do. So we could hope that a company gets hold of it. Maybe one of you guys have £1 billion laying around and you want to buy RuneScape and make it something that people enjoy. Or we could kind of just hope that it doesn't get anything too much worse. But, you know, it is what it is. We don't know for sure whether this is going to be a good thing, whether this is going to be a bad thing or not. But it does look like the Carlyle Group is looking to sell on RuneScape. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments. I'm not going to drag the video on much longer. But other than that, I'll catch you all in the next one. See you later, guys. Bye.